I'm Star with Synergy Healing. Welcome to your Sahasrara Sequence. The Sahasrara is the crown chakra. It's the seventh chakra in our energy system, and it's responsible for us being connected. Please check with a doctor before starting any exercise program, but even more important, listen to your body. We're going to get started today just in a seated position. Your spine is nice and straight. Just allow that body to relax. Feel your forehead relaxing. Maybe your eyes are closed or you have a soft gaze. Allow your jaw to relax. Your shoulders to sink down and relax. And begin to notice your breath. Begin to deepen your inhales to a count of 3 or 4 or maybe 5. And then match your exhales to the count of your inhales. And you can add a pause of 1 or 2 counts to the top and bottom of each breath. This is Samavriti breath, or equal parts breath. Try and stay with this breathing throughout the practice. But if you become anxious or overwhelmed, just let it go and return to your normal rhythm of breathing. With a nice strong breath and a soft body, we can set an intention for the practice today. The one I have in mind is I am connected. If this resonates with you, you could use this or feel free to set something of your own. And we'll begin to just wake up the body, wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe rolling those wrists one way and then the other. You can open your eyes a little bit more. Just placing your hands on your knees. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. On your exhale, bring that right ear down to your right shoulder. Inhale to sit back up nice and tall. And then exhale that left ear down to your left shoulder. Inhale to come back up. Reach your hands behind you. Clasp your hands together. Inhale, sitting up, bringing your shoulders and your shoulder blades down your back. On your exhale, lean forward, bringing your hands up towards the sky. Inhale to come back up. And we'll bring that right hand to your left knee. Your left hand comes behind you. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. On your exhale, twisting towards that left side of the room, maybe looking over your left shoulder. Inhale to come back to center, and we'll switch to the other side. Left hand comes to your right knee, your right hand comes behind you. Inhale to grow nice and tall. And on your exhale, twist towards that right side, looking over your right shoulder. Inhale to come back to center. We'll meet in a tabletop position, stacking your hips over your knees. Your shoulders are over your wrists and fingers are nice and wide for a good solid base. We'll do a few cat-cows here. On your inhale, your belly comes down, look up to the sky. As you exhale, round that back, looking down towards your knees. Inhale, your belly comes down, gaze up to the sky. Exhale, leading with that pelvis, rounding your back, looking down towards your knees. Inhale your belly down, chest comes through your biceps, looking up. And exhale to round that back, looking down towards those knees. Come back just to a neutral spine. Widen those knees nice and wide, big toes to touch. Lower your seat down over your feet, walk your hands out in front. And just lower your forehead down to the mat for child's pose. Inhale back up into a tabletop position. Curl those toes under and send your seat all the way up high in the sky for downward facing dog. You can pedal your feet here. On an inhale, bend both knees. And then as you exhale, keep pressing your chest down to the earth and straighten your legs. Looking forward, walk your feet up to your hands. Inhale into a halfway lift. Your back is flat, hands are on your thighs or your shins. Exhale, forward fold, belly resting on your knees, reaching down to the earth. Grounding down into all four corners of your feet. Inhale, reaching those hands all the way up nice and high in the sky. Exhale, bring your hands back down through heart center, meeting at your sides in Tadasana. Take a nice big inhale, and a nice big exhale. Inhale your hands all the way up nice and high. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, reaching down towards the earth. Inhale into a halfway lift, nice flat back, shoulder blades reaching down your back. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back into a plank position. On your inhale, move forward on your toes, lower your knees down, uncurl those toes. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, coming up into Cobra, lifting your chest up, reaching those elbows back behind you. Exhale, coming through tabletop into that downward facing dog. And pressing your hands away from you here. That chest is reaching down to the earth. Your seat's reaching up towards the sky. Looking forward, walk your feet up to your hands. Inhale into that halfway lift where your back is nice and flat, hands on thighs or shins. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale to come all the way back up, reaching your hands up high. Exhale those hands back down through heart center, meeting just at your sides. That was a modified flow. And we'll do a full flow now. Inhale those hands all the way up high. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips, reaching down to the earth. Inhale into a halfway lift where your back is nice and flat, those shoulder blades reaching down the back. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back into plank. Inhale, moving forward on your toes. And then exhale all the way down. Uncurl your toes, inhale, lift your chest up. Or maybe come all the way up into upward facing dog, where just the shoelace parts of your feet are on the earth and you're gazing up to the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. So looking forward, walk, step, or maybe hop your feet up to your hands. Inhale into a halfway lift. Nice flat back here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to come all the way back up, reaching your hands nice and high. And exhale those hands back down through heart center, meeting at your sides in that nice, strong, solid Tadasana pose. Nice big inhale. And a nice big exhale. Inhale those hands, reaching them up high. Exhale, coming down, forward fold. Inhale, coming up into halfway lift where your back is flat, hands are on thighs or shins. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back into plank position. Inhale to move forward. Exhale, either all the way down or maybe just a chaturanga where your elbows are at 90 degrees. Inhale, cobra, or maybe that upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. We're going to inhale that right foot up nice and high in the sky. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, move forward, plant that foot down in between your hands. We're going to get our balance here, and on your next inhale, come up, stacking those shoulders over your hips. Your back heels over your toes, leg is nice and straight, and we'll inhale those hands up high in the sky. Exhale, tiny back bend. Inhale, reaching back up high. And exhale to plant those hands back around that front foot. Keep that left hand right there. Inhale your right hand all the way up high in the sky in a twist. Exhale to lower that hand back down. Lower your back knee, uncurl your toes. And now try and kick your seat with that back foot. Maybe that foot's flexed. Lower that foot back down. We're going to straighten that front leg, bringing your seat back over that back foot for a nice hamstring stretch in that front leg. Maybe you have blocks to bring the earth a little closer to you. And inhale, moving forward. Curl your toes, straighten that leg, step back into that downward facing dog. On your next inhale, your left foot comes up nice and high. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose, move your body forward, plant that foot down in between your hands. When you get all of your balance here, come up into that lunge. It's a lower lunge. Shoulders stacked over your hips, that front knee is over your ankle, back heel over your toes, nice straight back leg. Inhale, both hands up nice and high. And exhale, a tiny back bend. Inhale, reaching up high. Exhale to plant your hands back down around that foot. Keep your right hand right there. We'll inhale, reach that left hand up high in the sky in a nice twist. Lower that hand back down. Lower your back foot, uncurl your toes. Try and kick your seat with that back foot. Maybe that foot's flexed. And lower that back down with your blocks or without your blocks. So straighten that front leg, your seat comes over that back foot. And feel a nice stretch in that front hamstring. Moving forward on your inhale, placing the blocks aside, hands come around that front foot, curl those back toes, straighten that back leg, step back into downward facing dog. Pressing your hands away from you, feel your shoulder blades going down your back, your seat's reaching nice and high in the sky. Looking forward, walk, step, or hop your feet up to your hands. Inhale into halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to reach those hands all the way back up high in the sky. And exhale, bringing them back down through heart center, meeting at your sides. Nice big inhale. And a nice big exhale. Just with your hands at heart center, take a nice big inhale. And then take a step back with that left foot, turning the foot so it's parallel with the back of the mat. And that front foot, check to make sure that heel intersects about halfway. You can lunge down into that front knee. And then reach your hands for the front and back of the room. Maybe you gaze over that front arm in Warrior Two. You're pressing into the pinky toe sides of both feet. That front knee is pressing out. Your shoulders are stacked over your hips. Now let's straighten that front leg and take a step in with that back leg. Find that block that you have nearby. Place it just at that front instep. Tip your front hip under your back hip, reach as far forward as you can with that front arm till it comes down to your block. Your top arm is either reaching way up high in the sky or maybe just resting on that hip. Your shoulders are stacked upon each other. Your front knee is bent. You're in a nice triangle pose. Nice and thin like a piece of glass here. Let's put all of our weight into that front foot. Pick up that block. Move it forward about a foot. Kick up your back foot. Keep it flexed. Maybe your top hand is on your hip. Maybe it's reaching all the way up high. Your shoulders are stacked on each other. Half moon pose. Let's inhale, come back up into that warrior two. Pick up those front feet, turn them to face the side of the mat. Place your hands on your hips. We'll inhale to get nice and tall. On your exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips, reach everything down towards the earth. Walk your hands over to that right foot. Coming back through center, walk your hands over to that left foot. And coming back through center to center, hands can go on your hips, and when you're ready, slowly come all the way back up to that standing. We're going to pick up those other toes on that left foot, turn them to face the edge of the mat. Make sure that your heel intersects about halfway through that front foot. Then you can lunge down into that front leg. Make sure that knee stays over that front ankle. Reach your hands out for front and back of the room. Maybe look over that front arm. We're pressing into the pinky toe sides of our feet here, pressing out this front knee, shoulders stacked over your hips. You're nice and strong in this warrior two pose. And we'll straighten that front leg, take a nice step in with that back leg, look around for that block once again, place it just at that instep of your front leg. And now we'll reach that front arm forward, tipping your front hip under your back hip. Your arm comes down to that block. Your other arm might be resting on your hip or reaching all the way up high in the sky. Shoulders are stacked on each other. You'll have a bend in that front knee in this triangle pose. Nice and thin here. And we'll take that block with us. Bring it about a foot ahead. Kick up your back foot, keeping it nice and flexed. Your top hand's either resting right on your hip, or maybe reaching up high in the sky. Shoulders are stacked upon each other. Half moon, nice and strong. On your next inhale, come back up to standing. And we can heel toe those feet together. Find that block, just place it in front of the mat for now. Actually, we're going to take both blocks with us. Stand about halfway through. Take a nice big step back with that right foot. Inhale to get tall. Exhale, leaning over, folding, placing your blocks, your hands just underneath your shoulders. And we're going to press our hips back to feel the hamstring stretch in this front leg. Pyramid pose. Placing all of the weight into that front foot. Walk those blocks about a foot and a half ahead. Kick your back foot up, keep it flexed. Here you are in warrior three pose. You can stay right like this. Maybe reach one arm out for the side of the room. Maybe you can reach two arms out for the sides of the room. And now place those hands down in front of that front foot, kicking your back foot up into standing splits, walking those hands as close as you can to that front foot. Maybe your left hand wraps around it, maybe your right hand wraps around it. We'll slowly lower that back foot down beside your front foot. Inhale into a halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale to come all the way back up to standing. Hands come up high. Exhale, bringing them back down through heart center, meeting at your sides. Look around, grab those blocks again. And now we'll take a step back with that left foot, both feet firmly planted down. Inhale to grow nice and long and tall. On your exhale, forward fold. Those blocks come down underneath your shoulders, pressing both hips back here. Feel that nice stretch in that front hamstring. And we'll take those blocks about 1.5 feet ahead, kicking up your back foot, keeping it flexed. Warrior 3 on the other side. And you can either stay right here, reach one hand out for the side of the room, maybe both hands reach out for the side of the room. Now we'll lower those hands down in front of that front foot. Kick up your back foot, standing splits. And try to walk those hands as close as you can to that foot. Maybe your right hand wraps around your ankle. Maybe your left hand wraps around your ankle. And we'll slowly lower that back leg down. Inhale into a halfway lift. Your back is nice and flat. Exhale, forward fold. And we'll inhale to come all the way back up to standing. Exhale, bring your hands down through heart center, meeting at your sides. Take a nice big inhale. And a nice big exhale. And we'll place those blocks aside for just a minute. Meet in that nice strong mountain pose, Tadasana, feet hip distance apart. Legs engaged, glutes engaged, strong solid core, shoulders back and down, chin slightly tucked. Hands, palms facing front, reaching to the earth. Inhale to reach those hands up nice and high. Exhale, hinging at the hips, forward fold, reaching down to the earth. Inhale into a halfway lift where your back is nice and flat. Exhale to plant your hands, stepping back into plank. Inhale, moving forward on your toes. Exhale down to either Chaturanga, which is halfway down or all the way down. Inhale into Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. And we're going to go into dolphin. So lower onto your elbows and then clasp your hands together. And just breathe into this pose. Feel those shoulder blades reaching down your back. Unclasp those hands and press yourself back up into downward facing dog. We're going to lower down onto our knees. Uncurl your toes and lower that seat down over your feet. Reach your hands just for the feet, outsides of your feet. Your forehead comes down onto the earth. Take a nice big inhale. And then on your exhale, round your back up. Rabbit pose. Your head is nicely, firmly planted on the earth. On an exhale, come back down into that child's pose. You can bring your hands up underneath you. Be in that tabletop and then lower down onto your seat, bringing your feet just out in front of you. Wonderful. That right ankle is going to come up above that left knee in a figure 4, keeping that right foot nice and flexed, and just allow that knee to fall towards the earth. And trying to keep that left foot flexed will also keep that whole leg engaged. We'll inhale here to sit up tall. On your exhale, maybe you can lean forward a little bit. You don't have to go far, just to wherever you feel a little bit of pressure. Couple of breaths right here. on your inhale, come back, sitting up nice and tall. Bring both legs back out in front of you. We'll take that left ankle, crossing it over above that right knee, not on your knee. Keep both feet flexed. Inhale to get nice and tall. And then on your exhale, maybe you can fold a little bit forward. And just breathe into any sticky spots you're feeling here today. Inhale to come all the way back up. Bring both feet out in front of you. Just move side to side to get comfortable. And then inhale, reaching both hands all the way up nice and high. Exhale, leaning forward, folding in half here. Well, to whatever your half might be. Hands can come down to either your feet if you like to hold your feet, or the earth. And just keep a nice straight spine. Relaxed neck. Press yourself all the way back up. And then we're going to make our way down into, well, not quite our final Shavasana, but down onto our backs. We're just going to do a little bit of a happy baby here. So reach those soles up to the sky. Your hands come to the outer edges of your feet. Work those knees in down towards the armpits. And then you can rock side to side if that feels good for you. Straighten one leg and then the other. Whatever calls to your body today. Then when you're ready, you can straighten those feet out for your final Shavasana, mat width, or maybe even wider. Tuck those shoulders down under you. Your hands can be resting by your sides. Either palms facing up to receive all the wonderful energy you've created here in the room, or maybe face down if you'd like to be a little more grounded today. And then just allow your body to relax here. Maybe your eyes are closed, you have a soft gaze. And just feeling the benefits of these last 25 minutes. And take a moment here. And we'll breathe. We're going to do a little bit of breath work. Breathing into that crown chakra today, which is in your head, just slightly above your head. Nice big inhales. Just allow them to go there. And while you're here, notice that there's this beautiful white healing light shining down upon you. And just allow this light to envelop your body. Feel the wonderful energy radiating through your body. Take a second and just think about the intention that you set today at the beginning of your practice. And maybe you can carry that intention throughout the rest of your day, or maybe even the rest of your week. And beginning to wake up your body, wiggle your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles, and rock that head slowly from side to side. You can make your way over to a fetal position, resting your head in your hands. Whenever you feel ready, you And press yourself up to a seated position. You can have your hands just resting on your knees or at heart center if that's okay with you. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join me for this Sahasrara sequence. The love and light within me sees, honors, and bows to the light that is within you. Namaste. If you've enjoyed this video today, please like, maybe subscribe, and you'll get some more videos coming your way. Hope you have a zenful day.